At Dave Cooper Live, we connect the industry leaders in the architectural, engineering, and construction space with the people, the products, and the processes to help them build it better. All right, welcome everybody to Dave Cooper Live, where we bring you the people, the products, and the processes to help us all build it better. And today is no different. We are traveling across the ocean to showcase an Italian manufacturer of modular buildings and defense infrastructure, providing mission-critical solutions for remote military installations, as well as schools, hospitals, and government buildings, providing permanent and relocatable building solutions in places like Ukraine, Haiti, Afghanistan, and more. Today, we welcome Emmanuele and Joan of the RI Group. But first, we got to have a word from our sponsors. We cannot deliver all of these informative conversations without them. And then we're going to get right into the show. Stream Modular, the only logistics company you need to transport your mods, pods, and panels. Our friends at Stream Modular are investing $50 million over the next 25 years to build the technology, solutions, and trailers needed to handle and transport the projects of today and meet the demands of tomorrow. Reach out to their team at streammodular.com to discuss your next project. CombiLift is the largest global manufacturer of multi-directional forklifts and straddle carriers, a leader in long load handling solutions, offering a free warehouse and site optimization design service. CombiLift helps companies of all sizes and from every industry maximize the capacity, safety, and efficiency of their warehouse and storage facilities. A big thank you to Paul Short and the team at CombiLift for helping us all to build it better. Visit them at combilift.com. Ready to scale up your offsite construction business? Introducing 4A Constructs, your solution to finding skilled labor for offsite manufacturing. Say goodbye to the headache of recruiting a skilled workforce with hand-selected certified tradesmen that are expertly trained and managed for offsite manufacturing, set crews, and finish crews, ensuring maximum productivity and safety. Unlock the future of skilled workforce development for all of your offsite construction needs. Visit them at 4aconstructs.com. All right. Again, make sure you go out and support all of our supporting members and sponsors, because we really cannot do the show without them. All right. Without further ado, we're heading across the big pond over to our good friends in Italy. Let's bring on Emmanuele and Joan to the show. Welcome, both of you.
Ciao.
Greetings, Dave. Thanks for the invite.
Oh, super excited. And ciao back to you as well. All right. This is going to be a fun show. We haven't had this kind of conversation on the show. You guys are covering everything from conflict areas to underdeveloped, to developing countries, all the way through housing and workforce development. So you're going to take us on a heck of a journey. But first, Joan and Emmanuele, we want to know everything about you from the moment you were born to this very moment in time. Do not leave out any of the good stuff from the hospital, where we may have one of your family members on, your mother, somebody, and I know you Italians will spill the beans on each other. But first, you only got a minute or so to do it, so why don't you guys tell us a little bit about who you are?
Okay, greetings. My name is Joan Webley. I am Jamaican by birth, but Italian now by choice. Sono Trepuzzina. I live now in South Italy, or a place that's called the Jamaica of Italy, with my husband, Emmanuele Tafuro. But I am an attorney. I'm an intellectual property specialist. And yeah, one of the many things that we found out we had in common, which led to us doing the do, is that intellectual property or innovation is something that's been part of our lives always. For me, it was my music and culture, and for him, it's growing up in this very, very innovative business. So that's me.
Go ahead, Emmanuele. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Emmanuele Tafuro. I'm one of the owner of RI Group S.p.A. This is a modular building manufacturing in South Italy, located in South Italy, in nearby Lecce town. This is, as I tell you, a family business. Me and my 4 brothers and in the company with my father, Mr. Salvatore, and we delivery, manufacturing, project, all kind of modular buildings since most of 40 years right now. So this is my background was at art school. I drawing since I was young, and I grow inside the factory where I born. Now we have the office, but before it was our house.
I love it. I love it. So here's the fun part about this, because I'm really excited. We got to cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and we have videos for just about everything that you're going to talk about. So people are going to be able to see this and love this. Give us a little background on the company. So you've been around 40 years. How many team members are in your company around the world?
We have in Italy here in the factory, we have 150 people, plus many consulting external, plus some external company that since the last 5 years, 6 years, we involve other company. So we create one indotto, we call it indotto in Italiano, in Italian. So other company that helping us in the production, and also we have the possibility to share with them the technology and the way to build a modular house or modular building. And it's very great things. So how to share the knowledge with other people is always beautiful, no?
Sure. And how many projects, Joan, do you guys do a year?
Well, it's been growing exponentially, is the truth of it. I mainly consult with respect to the intellectual property aspects. So I support the communications and the registration of patents. But in terms of on the field, although Emmanuele is director of marketing, he's really more spread across. As he said, he was born in his factory, so he puts out all the fires and is very, very heavily involved in the projects. In terms of number,
the microphone does not work. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. We lost. Oh no, we lost your audio, Joan. So Emmanuele, what do you typically do? How many projects a year are you doing throughout the globe?
Now, as you mentioned before, we have other companies that we create overseas in Kosovo, in Djibouti, in Lebanon, where we was to build the manufacturing, we create a little manufacturing company that in the years start to grow. An example now in Djibouti, we just finished last year the new manufacturing plant that is already operative 100%, where we deliver a lot of pieces monthly. We are now actually we have project for Ministry of Interior, Italian Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Defense. We work a lot for big corporation entity as United Nations. We deliver for NATO, NSPA, that is the agency of NATO, because our product, the product that we invent, we project, we manufacture are unique worldwide. Some of them are unique worldwide. These coming after a great experience that we have on the field, as Joan before she mentioned. Okay, she's back. Nice.
I'm back.
Yeah.
We have a big experience in the field as modular building in this part of the world, in Italy especially, are considered some emergency solution for this earthquake, for war, for a situation where you need something fast. No, in Italy, the modular building it is still not conceived as a real building. Okay.
Yeah.
So as USA or in England or in Australia, we have a great example. Also in other parts of the world. But Italy, as you know, is very traditional in construction.
Yeah.
And people like us, me and John, we live in a house that we just buy and reconstruction. It is old, 500 years. So many of the houses are very old. And the people love to live in old houses made by stone. So living inside a house or a building made by steel, or more made by piece of steel, how can be a modular building, is still difficult. So we concentrate on these fields that are emergency or temporary solutions. In the past, we built a lot of army camps, an example, around the world. So where we developed this work, we also try to set up a crew of people do the maintenance or work with us. So after this, we love to develop a little company, and then from a little company, a little manufacturer, from a little manufacturer. So this because we love to share the knowledge, but also when you have a person that don't know how to build, that build the first model, the first box, the first piece, the person build one house. So it's different than when you build, an example, one table.
Sure.
When you build an house, that is something that you can live inside. You go back at home, say to the family, I built the first house or the first model. So it coming also for the people that are involved, for the workman, for the employee, it coming always more attractive and nice an experience. Even for us, it's always it's always a test that we do it. There is no modular building. Sorry, there is no modular building that are similar to the next one.
Yeah. Well, why don't we show everybody what you do? We got a bunch of videos to get through, and I think as you're talking, I just wanted to start showing some of these so everybody can really see this. So, can I start with the first video, and you can kind of explain to us? I know this is a long video, but let's continue the conversation, and then we'll get into some of the military hospitals, and then we'll end up with the residential stuff you do. Sound good?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. And Joan, welcome back. So what are we looking at here?
I made it. This is the actual entrance to the factory. So as Emmanuele mentioned, it started with his family home, but it has really evolved. Just in the last 3 or 4 years that I've been living here, there have been continual expansions just as production ramps up. And so this is the actual desk. It's kind of a tribute or archive space that his father used to work at when he first began the company 40 odd years ago. This is the 4 brothers and their dad, the 5 Tafuros. And just a brief summary of the organization, the 3 divisions: medical, civil, defense. Here's a look at Toto. This is Emmanuele's dad in the center. He is still at the head of things and still innovating. And just in our showroom, it actually has a variety of products. It starts from the very basic manual, actual building of models, and then goes through full scale reproductions of work. This is Toto now carrying you on a guided tour. And this is on an average day, you're apt to see him on his bicycle wheeling around the factory grounds from station to station.
That's great. And the camera's too steady.
Side. I'll pass it on to Emmanuele.
Yes, this is Salvatore Tafuro, our president. Him start this manufacturing plant in the 70s, where there was nothing in this place. And people tell him that he was totally crazy.
Just them and the sheep.
Okay. And him start to build, to work with steel. After at the end of the 80s, the steel work in carpentry go into the first boxes. The first boxes start to develop. And actually, we have people that work in the factory since them was very young. For example, now we go inside the technical department, the manufacturing department, where there will be Antonio, one of the guys that take care of the production. Or maybe we have. So this is the place. Some of the guys, as I tell you, was there since then was 18 years old. So the first job them do was here, and them saw all the evolution of this company.
This is some of the material that they get in, just to show the scale of the of steel, etc. that's used, and then I think we'll scan to some prefab windows and other items that.
I have some questions on this, right? So we're seeing the factory, and while we're talking, why don't you tell us, what you are building with, right? So we saw the steel frames for the modules. You are in combat zone, so you're doing everything. My guess is from ballistic tested walls that can withstand gunshots and explosions all the way through a residential home. So why don't you walk us through some of the military applications, and then we can talk about some of the simpler applications.
We use, of course, all ballistic steel and different kind of ballistic steel according to the needs of the clients. Of course, all our products are tested by Italian Army at Italian Army Ballistic Testing Center, where we use to testing all the material, the final product, even the glasses that we do are unique worldwide. And you can imagine I attended all the defense show in the world, and the products are very appreciated. Here an example: the guys are doing normal plumbing work, but this is not a normal. Will be not a normal toilet. These are field toilet using while the training of the soldiers in the field. These are ISO container 20 foot, but full of technologies. You can see there is heating system with gas oil that go through all the toilet to make the hot water, to make the heating system working, are all made by inox steel, stainless steel. So the quality of the product is pretty high, is pretty full of technologies. This that you saw right now, this is a massive production of ballistic bunker that are used in the field, in the operation theater, we can say. So you know, Dave, what we are talking about. And this also is a unique product worldwide that we do, we develop with the Italian Army and NATO and S.p.A. This that show you right now is a prototype of a field hospital. That also this is a unique worldwide, and we move from a field hospital made by TEND to a field hospital made by TEND and modular shipping container, but not a normal shipping container because they have a lot of featuring and different things. An example, this one is ongoing right now. This is a video that we do just yesterday. This is a complete biocontainment center. This is on work. Is a biocontainment unit made by 8 modular 20-foot container. But as you can see, the level of technologies inside is pretty much high. Each room, each single room, an example from these are self-alone working. So if another room work, all the rooms are interconnected but self-alone working. This is another work that actually we do. As you ask, what are you doing now? You see now, this is
to quantify. I was like, I can't tell you the exact number, Dave. There are lots of projects ongoing.
Yeah.
The situation now in the factory is this: we are pretty much full, and this is another important job that we do for Italian Fire Corps. More than 300 portable toilets that then will deploy in case of emergency. And you know that Italy is very emergency needs for earthquake, for flooding, things like this.
Sure. Okay.
Wow. So in home, we are ready always to do a lot of stuff. In the last month, to become a very important job for important refugee center, and we was asked by Ministry of Defense and Ministry of Interior to deploy 300 modules in 1 month. So we have to do it fast, as you see. And
go ahead.
These are what we do it mostly. And we back with the video. And now John will show you this other project that we do that we are very proud of.
Go ahead, Joan.
No, so this is the Modus. I was just saying that this is, there's so many projects that are happening and a lot of innovation, but this, even though it may appear to be one of the simpler designs, for me is one of the nicer things that we've created. It did win an award at World of Modular, which we're happy about, but this can withstand earthquakes of up to 7.0 on the Richter scale. So it's very sturdy,
Wow.
but inside it's also very comfortable. So this is the kind of tiny home accommodation as well that I think is applicable for everyone. I know anybody that sees it wants one for their house as soon as they kind of step inside.
Does it come with all the furniture and all the LED lights and everything?
Lighting, yes. Furniture, we can talk.
But that ceiling's beautiful.
And all of that is customizable. That was designed by Emmanuele, but of course it can be customized for anyone's design.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the thing that's most exciting. We've shown you what's being produced. As Emmanuele said, this was shot yesterday. But because the company has 7 or 8 patents, one is pending, so I think 7 right now, that patents speak to potential. When we're speaking about modular and manufacturing, as much as we can do in this space and in our satellite factories around the world in the group, if you're able to license something that you've innovated on and you have that potential for 20 years, that, it just kind of exponentializes what you can do.
Yeah, for sure. I think this was great. Thank you for letting us see all of those things. So with this, the good part about this conversation is the journey's not over. Why don't we hop in and take a little bit closer look at the hospital and with those mobile hospitals? We got a couple of videos, and while we're doing it, we can just talk, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about where the hospitals are being deployed or where they have been deployed. Are they reusable? They're mobile. They can be moved, right? So they're meant to be, I'm assuming, to be transported and moved with whatever conflict is happening. Yes.
Absolutely. No, I didn't want to take this from Emmanuele because this is their family business. I'm very proud to have joined this legacy and built on it. But this hospital, you can say it's something that was being researched ahead of its time, and preparation met opportunity or crisis, whichever one it is, because when COVID came around, this is already something that was being designed and was able to get deployed very rapidly. And as you know, the situation was crisis for the world, but Italy was hit hard. So the company was really able to come in and be a source of relief and a solution in a critical time. But more than just a critical time, worldwide. I'm from Jamaica, where healthcare and the need of health facilities is critical as well. So it's not just for those kind of war or military situations, but also in countries, developing nations that might need to have their facilities augmented. There's a lot of, Lele, I'm not sure what you'd like to add, because technically there's so much that has gone into this creation. It's very impressive.
Yes, with this project, we have the possibility to express at the maximum level what can be done with a shelter, with a container, tactical or military container. No? And this it was a test for us, but was also a test for NATO, for Italian Army, because this kind of field hospital are historically made by tent. So the passage from tent to a shelter, it was not easy. We try to make all by shelter, but at the end we come in with a hybrid system, and we was able also to project to produce and manufacturing a corridor that link the shelter with the tent that are used by the military. Because this corridor that link a shelter with a tent was not exist before, we have to figure it out, even how to link with the other technology. That is very good for us, but it was a great opportunity for the company, and not the company, the world was totally in a very, 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 very heavy situation. You can imagine that in 1 year we was able to deliver 4 hospitals. 4 hospitals. These hospitals are named Roll 2, and this is a name
standard certification,
name from the army. But that means that is an hospital that can be used by even civil, can have civil use, dual use, we can say, as you say.
I was a combat medic when I was in the service, and I was attached to a field hospital unit. And I will tell you, setting up and breaking down field hospitals is the most horrendous job in a desert when the wind's blowing, sand everywhere. So that looks like a dream come true. I might just rejoin the army and go back at it. Who knows? But
you're inspired.
Many of the projects, of the things that we do it just for this, because we was in the field, so we get the problem of of the people, of the clients that are not clients, are our soldiers or our people, our civil guard or our fire corps. So we are, so we want to understand what them needs. This is the case of the hospital where we reach the level, standard level of a surgery unit where you can do even transplant. That is an incredible thing for a container. Not that you
For
can
sure, for sure.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah.
Before you go to Con Tower, I just wanted to kind of underline for anyone watching, and it to deliver 4 hospitals, because usually it would take up to 2 years to build a hospital. So just in terms of putting into mind the kind of relief that it provides, it's as someone who is new to the modular world, who did not grow up in this space, for me, it's a really impressive thing to consider. And the surgical room, the innovation that RI has done makes it so that the sanitation or the sanitary levels that they're able to attain in something that goes up in 2 days is better than most hospitals.
Listen, I can tell you it's incredible. You know, and I think, you know, it's not just the hospital part, it's the sanitary part of it. It's having the pressurized rooms that you can seal off contamination, you can seal off, you know, things like you would see in a normal operating room procedure, where you have several doors you go through and you have clean areas, you have sterile areas, and then you have the operating areas. So yeah, no doubt that you guys were able to package that into a plug and play system that looks like you could probably self-level on site really quick and start seeing patients very quick. I think says a ton.
Yep. I think the Italian army has it down to 2 days. Am I correct, Lele, for assembly?
Yeah, 2 days for assembly.
Yeah, I bet a day if they were getting shot at.
Yeah. The problem is not the part. The problem is the 10th part. That to assembly 1/10 of these, you need more than 5 people, 6 people reach there. So it's a little bit complex for this part, but for that reason, as we understand and we reach to the needs of the clients, we try to figure it out some new solution. And it's the example of the tower that you're going to show.
We're about to show the Con Tower. That's another fun project. I think that's probably the most fun project that we.
Well, let's check that out. Walk us through what the Con Tower is. I love the look of this thing, by the way.
Yeah, patented in 2019. Go, Lele.
No, this is a container that become a tower self-automatic in 8-10 minutes. They have a lot of technologies inside also this, but this, the fact to say that is becoming from the needs of the soldiers. The soldiers used to go on the watching tower by external steps. So the sniper waited for the soldiers to go on the steps and shoot the soldier. This happened mostly of every day, that the soldier or the surveillance go up there. So we figure it out from this container how to do it. We close the first time my father closed one sentry box and put a steps in a sentry box, close it. Then we think how to do it. My brother Kosovo came with another idea, and my father changed it. So at the end, then we come with this incredible things that is a mix of simple technologies together.
I think it's just incredible, and it makes a ton of sense. And I think this is really important because a lot of people do not in the civilian world, people do not know that this exists, right? But when I look at what you're doing on a military application, it goes to show the quality of construction and the level of precision that has to happen to build modular, whether you're building this way or you're building a single family home. And this really helps shine the light on to say, hey, listen, if we're using it to protect our loved ones that are in conflict zones or wherever else, you know, the construction quality can be the same in a residential home, not ballistic missiles, but the process and the paying attention to detail is what has to happen there. So I love that. I love it. All right. So now we went up. Now we got to go down, right? Because don't we do bunkers as well?
Yes.
The bunker you speak of.
Okay, and this is John can explain to you a little bit this.
Well, as it would suggest, it's a security bunker for all kinds of different scenarios. It is ballistic protected. It can 25 people are able to stay in this space for up to 4 days. There is an air filtration system, and again, this is something that has been protected or is under protection from 2021. The movability and different features that it has in there are just parts of what makes it a really unique offering, I think.
So when you
So you
say
can
for
see
4
from
days,
inside all of the cameras. Yes?
they can stay in there for 4 days, and it has self-contained oxygen, filtration, anything. Say there's a biological attack, right? You're
Exactly.
telling me that'll protect the occupants on the inside and filter out any of the bad stuff?
Yes, sure, 100%.
For up to
Wow.
4 days.
Up to 4 days. Well, that's pretty awesome.
The thing is
As you
that
can see.
yes, mostly of the time the one attack, terroristic attack or whatever happen, it's a short time, you know. So
Yeah.
in the army field, in the army compound, we used to build this bunker made with this gabion, sand gabion. I don't know if you know this.
Mm.
And then with concrete, we have to go there to build this with big walls of concrete.
Right.
So this becoming from the factory, you can mix
And it's
the
ready to go.
yes,
Yeah.
it's ready to work, and you can mix the container between other container that you have,
Right.
and maybe it's camouflage himself. No?
So just deploy it and get inside when things aren't looking so
When
good.
things go really, really wrong. Exactly. When
Yeah.
survival's on your mind.
And are they ballistic? Can they withstand ballistic? Can they stop people from the outside getting in them and all that?
Yes, yes.
So if my kid went in there and locked the doors, I would not be getting them out, and thus I convinced them to open the door.
Yeah, we need
Not
to
anytime soon.
we have to get the ballistic still, but it will be difficult.
Love it. All right. So we've gone down the journey of the military, but you guys are also doing temporary housing, workforce housing. We showed a little bit of the ADU earlier that you're doing. Why don't we talk about the home stuff to wrap up the show here? Let me add that to the stage, and you can walk us through this. Modus.
Yes, again, now we will show a little bit of the manufacturing. This is another project that we do, and we win also an award at the Modular Building Show.
World of Modular?
World of Modular some years ago. We are part of World Modular Building Institute since we know the existence of this association. And we are proud foundation member of the European Council of the Modular Building Institute.
Sure.
And with this project, we was at the time building some project in Australia, and there was the needs of modular hotels. We figured out this with our Italian engineer that was very, very, very not into this, but we take these people that are very good engineers, we explain to them we have to build a modular building. No, we cannot do it. It's impossible to do up to 10 floors. I say, look, this is the picture. What to do in America is impossible that we in Italy, we don't do it. So them start to figure it out how to do it. From this start a lot of research between the University of Salento, University of Bari, CETMA, that is a center of developing material that is nearby here, one of the most important in Europe, to understand what and how to put inside this frame, and also how to do the frame. The frame, as you see, start to be a central part of the building and become also this part a structural part. So the frame is a structural part and also a design part.
A design element. Like, as you noticed on the ceilings and on the walls when we were walking through in the other video.
Right.
The frame permits us also to be sure to going up to, we say up to 6th floor. But if we was in America with this kind of frame, we can go even to 50th floor. No. In Italy, it's still very, very, very difficult, this kind of. Even in normal building, in concrete building, there is inside the steel that link the building. This is only made by steel without concrete, and it's very, very, very durable. The people, every time we do conference, we do show, exhibition, ask to me how long
will it last?
Yeah, how long will it work? How long? I don't know. I think that I know that some years ago, one engineer built one steel building in Paris, and it's still there. And this is our example of a steel building. How long can work a steel building? So, if you do your maintenance, your thing as you do in your normal house, your steel building can work a lot of years.
It'll last forever if you take care of it. I mean, that's the bottom line. You maintain it, and just like any other house. How many houses in Italy have been around for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years? I mean, as long as you take care of them, they'll be there. So, is there anything that I missed? Is there anything that we didn't touch on before we wrap up here today?
We don't know.
I think one thing I'd love to know, sorry, just quickly, is that RI is about research and innovation, as we keep stressing. And one of the things that I'm excited for their future is the collaborations with the universities of Salento, with the UBC, and the training that's going to be coming more on stream in the future. Because having innovated in a huge way, it's very exciting that they're now finding ways to pass the knowledge along and kind of diffuse the wisdom of modular or elements of this approach. So that's one thing in the future that's a big part of the company's direction. That's really exciting. Lele?
Yes, we don't do a normal presentation to you, so we go straight inside the factory. The factory, the company is made by three main divisions that you mentioned already, defense, civil, and medical. In the last years, we put a lot of effort into this medical division, and we have planned to do here in Lecce through the University of Salento, as Joan already mentioned. We have this idea, this project, to do just in front of the factory a modular building that will be a center of research for modular healthcare buildings. The International Center of Research for Modular Healthcare. We will. It is in our ideas since long. In the last year, become reality. So probably next year we will do the things. It is our dream. It's very important because we want to put inside the Italian university the concept of modular construction. But at this point, we will do it through the healthcare constructions. So we don't do it as a civil construction only, but we start as healthcare. So
focus on healthcare.
Because this is very important, because it's a people needs, because it will change a lot in the gaming, because we coming from the south, we are not from North Italy, we coming from South Italy, that is the part, the undeveloped part of Italy where there was not industry, and my father and other people started in the 70s So we want to create link with the research, with the university, in order to create people, young engineers, young doctors that can do the things in the factory, participate to the construction, to the invention of the product, work inside the product,
Right.
And continue the innovation.
Well, isn't that kind of the fun part about what we're doing? We're actually doing something in this industry. I should say you guys, are doing things that make construction interesting, fun, scientific, and different than how we used to always build something. And I think that says a whole lot for, the youth coming into this market. And I think going to the universities and working with them and meeting them where they're at is, 90% of what, it's getting us to the solution of how do you get the younger generation back into the trades. And this is cool stuff, man. I'm coming over. I don't care. I'm going up in one of those towers.
We've spoken about the modular. We spoke about the modular, but Toronto is famous for the wine too. So we await you.
Well, listen, we are out of time, but I did want to get a couple shout outs. Some of the comments I see aren't coming through on the system for whatever reason, but Andrew Wilkinson, good to see you. Zeddy Babu, good to see you as well. And they both said, great show. Well done. And then our good friend, Greg Ugaldi, is also tuning in. I can flash him up real quick because he did come through. Greg is, past chair of the National Association of Home Builder. He updates the president and the secretary of housing in the United States and is still doing it on housing. So always a pleasure when Greg joins. He's pretty much become a regular tuner in when he's listening to the show. Oh man, dude, there's Joan. She's trying to come back in. Let me see if we get her first and we'll wrap up here. Let me see if she pops in. If not, you're going to have to say goodbye to her. Oh, there she is. Hey, Joan, you're back.
I came back to say goodbye.
Emmanuele, you got to stop saying bad things about her now. She's back. I'm just kidding. He didn't say anything bad.
I'll check the recordings. Thank you, Dave.
Well, listen, I want to thank everybody out there for watching. I want to thank you for everything you're doing to keep the troops safe around the world, as well as providing workforce housing and housing for all the big developments around the world and shelter and safety. And I'm glad you guys are making a splash into the residential and commercial space as well. It's going to take all of us to provide housing around the world, and you guys are leading away on the technology. So thank you very much, both of you.
Thank you so much, Dave. The name of all the factory here, the family, and it was a great opportunity to join all the audience that you have. Yeah. And if you want to link us, you can do it through our website, through John, but also through Dave right now. So you know how to reach us. So we wait you in South Italy.
I will put the links in the show write-up for all of the documents that you've sent us, right? Because there's a lot of PDFs on all your products. So we will add links for all of those things and your contact information. And as always, thank you both for joining us. And I cannot wait to see you again. Maybe I'll see you in Brussels at World of Modular in Brussels if you're going to be there. Sound good?
We'll be there.
All right. Hey, and for the rest of you out there, guess what? What is today? It's Wednesday. That means we still got another 2.5 days to keep building it better. Let's get out there. Let's figure it out. Let's get the youth back into our industry, and let's build some affordable homes and get those people off the street and protect our troops. I'm Dave Cooper. Thanks for watching. What an amazing show. Thank you to all of our sponsors for helping us to continue to bring all of these innovative conversations to all of you out there. Please visit them, see what they have to offer you. And as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel and ring that bell. It would mean the world to us. I'm Dave Cooper. Thanks for watching.